Everybody. It's a great day of unity. So glad to be joined by two county commissioners and city council on a project that I know is near and dear to all of our hearts. Finding the local money to leverage the state and federal money. I don't know why that's making that noise, sorry. To get this bridge rebuilt. It absolutely must happen. As I've said many times, I spent a good chunk of my life driving this bridge every day to and from St. Xavier High School. And it is the lifeblood of the West Side for people to get to their homes, to their jobs, to their communities. And it has to get built. It will get built. Now, I want to thank Commissioner Driehaus and Monzel and Portune, who recently took a vote to ensure that they would have the roughly $33 million that we think is half of the local match needed for state and federal funds. And today I'm here to announce that city council members here and myself are introducing legislation that we will pass next week, making an ironclad commitment to $33 million payable by 2020, which is probably optimistic on a timeline anyway that we would be doing it. But I've promised repeatedly that we would have the financing in place for the whole bridge before I leave office, and a big piece of that is our local piece. So our $33 million, the county's $33 million. I'm confident that Denise Driehaus and I and Portune and others will go to Columbus, we'll go to Washington, and find the rest of the money. But we will go there not with the possibility that we can come up with local money, but a legally binding ordinance that won't be able to be undone to know that the money is in hand. So with that, I want to share the stage with Commissioner Driehaus and the council members one by one. But I do want to make special acknowledgement that this is one of Kevin Flynn's last weeks on city council. He lives on the west side, and I know he's taking special excitement in knowing that he gets to vote to make this done. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here on behalf of the commission. Commissioner Monzel is here. I think he's doing a radio interview right now, so but he is here. And there we go. And Commissioner Portune, of course, is with us in spirit. We took an action a couple weeks ago to come up with the county's portion of the local match. The city has now committed their local portion to, or a portion of the local match, and I did say that during the meeting. I knew you were committed to doing it. The council's committed to doing it. This is the #1 infrastructure project for the city of Cincinnati and Hamilton County, and we're getting it done. Amen. We're going to get the local match in place. The power of having a local match as quickly as possible is so important, because when we go to the state and go to the federal government and have that in hand, that's powerful, because they are looking for those kinds of partnerships when they look to invest. And so that we can get this done as quickly as possible is critical to the project itself. I lived in Price Hill for 25 years. Now I'm just up the hill in Clifton Heights. So on either side of the viaduct, and I go to visit my mom by way of the viaduct. So many of us have kind of an intimate knowledge about how important this is, but this is an economic development project. This is a driver for all of the jobs, the universities, Cincinnati State, that are just across the viaduct from the west side of Cincinnati and Hamilton County. And so this is critically important to this region, to this part of the region, and I'm just thrilled to be here today to help celebrate the total local match that we will now have in place as we go to get the rest of the funding. Do you want me to turn it to Chris Monzel? So Chris Monzel, my colleague, is here too.
Thank you very much, Denise. I appreciate it. I apologize that 700 Bill Cunningham was just, was just asking me a bunch of questions on this issue, as well as a few others. But no, this is a critical project for our community. Very excited that we're going to get. In fact, let's just get it done. Let's just get it done and get it in place and really improve the quality of our life for our residents, not only here in the western side of Hamilton County, but for across all of Hamilton County with the other projects that will be being done as well. So just very excited to be here today and for Mayor and for Council for your commitment to this project, and let's just get it done. Thank you very much.
Since it's going to be the Kevin Flynn Viaduct, should we? Do you want to go first, Kev?
Thanks, PG. Look, folks, I don't know if this is a signal that maybe we should go back to 2-year terms instead of 4-year terms, but we seem to be getting a whole heck of a lot of important legislation done right at the end of this term. I'm very happy to support this. It's been needed since I was living in the Aspen Village Apartments up on Queen City. Trying to get here to this press conference, you could see the need for it as part of the viaduct was closed down. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to support this. I applaud the mayor for creatively coming up with a way for the city to make its part of the local match. And I thank the commissioners for their part in this too. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everyone. First of all, I do want to say that there is an amazing collection of neighborhood and community leaders standing here behind us. And while at occasions like this one, you often hear from the elected officials, these are the people that have breathed life into and pushed this project forward. So why don't you give them and give yourselves a round of applause. It's cold enough that I also think there can be consensus remarks should be kept short. I figure the best way to do that was to actually write mine down. So. You do not have to be a structural engineer to understand that the Western Hills Viaduct situation is long overdue for a fix. As others have said, I regularly drive the viaduct. I have also walked the viaduct, and bluntly, both of those can be scary experiences. It is the key gateway and connector between the West Side and Center City, so investing in a modern viaduct is crucial for a regional economy, not just the city's economy, but the county economy and also the regional economy. The fact that there has been literal crumbling on portions of the viaduct also make this a major public safety issue. Working with the city administration to find the appropriate pathway and responsible funding arrangement for the local match is what city leaders were elected to do, and kudos, Mayor, for leading the charge on this, and of course kudos also to the county commissioners for stepping up a few weeks back. Communities that have crumbling infrastructure signal a trajectory of decline. Communities that are building and investing in infrastructure signal a trajectory of growth and prosperity. Today, we, the city, are making sure that our future is one of growth and prosperity. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I will be very brief. I want to thank the mayor, John Cranley, and my colleagues. I want to thank the county commissioners. I think that this is a great example of what we talk about when we say regionalism and us working together and cooperating across governmental bodies. And so that's what's exciting. And I also want to thank all of the leaders who have continued to press this issue over many years. All of us, I want to say, ran on placing the Western Hills Viaduct as our #1 infrastructure project. And so I am honored to stand here to say that I plan to meet that commitment that I said on the campaign trail, support the mayor's initiative and council's to make progress and actually fix the Western Hills Viaducts. Thank you.
Any neighborhood folks want to say anything?
Hey everybody, I'm Henry Frondorf. I'm the facilitator of Westwood Coalition, and believe me when I say it that Westwood would like this replaced as soon as possible. So I'd like to thank the commissioners, the mayor, and the council members for being here today, and we have your back making this happen, so thank you.
Thank you, Henry. Anybody else? All right, well, thanks, everybody. Oh. Why would there be questions?
What could there possibly be?
Questions? Anybody? capital budget. So just to walk you through what's going to happen. So we've got an ordinance that should be available. I know they were working on a typo. Do we have copies of it or we don't? We'll email them out today. We'll email the ordinance out today. The ordinance, there's a motion in an ordinance. The ordinance says that the city manager has the authority at any time within 6 years from the passage of the ordinance to issue $33 million as a part of a local match to the county to get the whole deal done. There's no question that if you look at our capital debt over the next 5 or 6 years, we can free up $33 million, probably not till 2020, but around that time. The motion also states that Davenport's our financial advisor firm. They're going to come in and present options to City Council in January on the best way to structure that debt and what the implications of that are. But it does give the manager the authority to issue this debt for up to 6 years for this project, assuming the other dollars are in place. Not necessarily. Possible, but Davenport will give council options in January. Well, the motion also says that we want to see the cap projects of road paving and fleet continue, which is, again, part of the reason why, in order to fit that in, it's most likely going to be payable in 2020 when we're near the end of the cap program and we have additional debt capacity. There will be a variety of options for council to consider in January. Any other questions?
It is 20 degrees out. So.
Yes. Thank you very much.